Well, what do we have here? A bunch of food that needs to be sold to a recently besieged city. Welcome back to Bannerlord. If you've missed it, we do have some new merchandise available, which is like no one's business, like no one's business. And if you'd like to check it out, there is a link down below. Anyway, we do have a wonderful situation on our hands right here. Epicrotia was just under siege, and as you can see, I'm actually making 4,000 basically profit, I would say. I bought a whole bunch of grain for about 12, 13 per one, and I'm selling it for 25. So it is a pretty significant profit there. And I actually think that we are going to be, yeah, as you can see, there's a huge battle going on. And thankfully, I'm out of that. You know, I don't have to. I don't have to participate in any of that, which is actually very nice. Now, I am actually going to be moving on to somewhere else in the meantime, because there is something that I would like to do. And oh, this is great. Look at that. Huge amounts of grain that we can buy here for a very, very nice price. And also bear in mind that there are a lot of helmets here as well that I have gotten from the tournaments, and I have forgotten to sell those. And hello, who's this? Oh yes, it is actually a new companion here. Now, I don't know how good he is at riding skill, so I'm actually just going to take a quick look at him. He's got nothing in riding, and he has... wait a minute, that's her. Sorry. Okay, so there you go. Athletics. Yeah, so he's got 110 in athletics. He's got 200 in two-handed, which is the main reason why I wanted to get him, because I personally feel like he's going to be very safe-ish when running around with a caravan. And I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do something with that. Now, Varnavapol is the place that I'm actually going to be heading to very, very soon with a lot of food, because that was just under siege very, very recently. And now I'm thinking I need to just check to see where Ewan is. Okay, so she's traveling to Vostrom at the moment. Where is that? Let me actually just take a quick look here. I should have just... Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, so she's over there. So it would probably make sense for me to do a little bit of a caravan elsewhere, because what I'd like to do is have a caravan that runs around maybe like Vlandian territory, Batanian territory, things like that. So I'll probably start the caravan around maybe Varcheg, maybe Sionon or something like that. But for the moment, let's just go into Omor real quick, because there might be something good there. I haven't been here in a very long time. Ooh, look at this. Grain is actually even cheaper than what I just paid for it. That's crazy. Yeah, and fish is actually really, really good too. Very cheap. So let's buy a bunch of that. And pedestal branded pottery not really going to be working out too well for us here. Fur is okay, but it depreciates really, really fast. So maybe not the best idea. What about beer? We don't really have any trade rumors about Varnavapol. I suppose beer is probably going to be pretty good. Meat is probably going to be pretty good over there as well. So we spent 4,600 at Omor. And Varnavapol, as you can see, has literally just been taken by the Batanians. And, well, I don't know what it is, but Sturgia continually gets the rough end of the stick in many, many ways. And I gotta say, that's kind of sad to me, because I actually like that faction quite a bit. But it seems like they always get kind of messed up a little bit quite early on. But anyway, Varnavapol is our destination. Let's try and avoid these looters and things. Now, because I have such an insane amount of cash right now, and literally it's only because of my passive income that is happening, with the exception of obviously the wonderful... Oh dear. Ewan is probably going to get defeated now. But anyway, it's probably only because I was able to get that wonderful, wonderful trade going in the previous episode, where we gained, I think it was like 20,000 or something like that, from a really massive trade. And I think that was the main reason why we were actually able to catapult ourselves into such a massive amount of cash. But anyway, let's take a look and see what we can do here. Yeah, so beer is pretty good as far as I'm aware. Yeah, beer seems pretty good, so you could sell that. That's 1,800 already. The grain is an absolutely insane thing. Wow, the price. We can literally sell it for 30 per one. I bought this for 12 per one, and this is going to get us the monies. Oh yes, it is going to get us the monies. I am going to sell quite a lot of it, probably about that much, because it's now starting to get to a point where it is not any more worth it. So that's pretty good, because I have literally just I bought fish, I bought grain, I bought meat, and I'm making more than that on the small amount of grain that I've just sold. So that is a really, really good thing. And that has catapulted us to trade skill 150. Very good. Okay, so our workshop productions are increased by 25%, or we can increase tariff income by 10%. Now, if I increase tariff income, which is, I assume, this. So every caravan entering your town generates 25 gold. So what's 10% of 25? That would be 2.5, right? That would be 2.5. My mathematics is not my strong suit. I mean, let's face it, not many things are, but in general, mathematics is one of the strongest, terrible things that I am not very good at. But anyway, 10% of that is, I would assume, 2.5, and that means that that's 27.5. That's really not going to be very good. So I'm going to go for workshop production, because how can you say no to 25%? I think that's an insanely good thing to go for, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're now going to be making a massive amount. I mean, just look at Ewan. She's making so much money, and that's the reason why she's now being attacked by a mountain bandit party, which I gotta say is really bad. So what I'm gonna do now is, I think we are going to try and see if I can get a caravan up and running around here, because I would like to get 3 caravans. One running around down in kind of like the southeast where Ewan is. So she's already doing the kind of like the southeast area of Calradia. I'd like to get another one that's up kind of north-ish, where, you know, people can trade between the Sturgian territories and the Crusade over to the right a little bit. And then we have obviously the Botanians and other people more in the center. And then I'd like to have another one over to the west. So I'm hopeful that we might be able to do something about that. So Churig is going to be leading, and we're going to gain 4,500 back, because we do have the wonderful Azarai cultural perk, which basically makes it so that we spend a very small amount indeed. So yeah, these helmets, I'm going to be selling them, because I don't need them any further, and we're going to be gaining 2,500 from that, which is pretty good. So I have actually been looking out for that, by the way. Every single time there is a message down below here, I'm just looking, and I'm basically being like, hey, what's going on here? Is there a siege going on somewhere? And then if there's a siege going on, I check to see whether it's a town, of course, if I don't know the name. And then I run over there as fast as I can and see if I can sell my wonderful goods. What is going on at Sibir? They literally have a grain price of 38. What is that? Wow. Okay, I'm actually very, very shocked at this. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be, because, as I said before, Sturgia is kind of getting beaten around quite a bit. And I'm going to buy the meat here, actually, for a cheap price. I think that's pretty cheap. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but whatever the case, we're going to be gaining so much from the grain here. It is depreciating very, very fast, as you can see. But as soon as that number on the left turns to be a bit pale green, that's when I'm going to stop. There we go, about that. 3,700 from that, and we're gaining some more trade skill. Personally, I feel like my trade skill should be increasing just from me having caravans and workshops up and running. I don't know whether that is actually happening, which is a bit of a shame. I think Ewan actually did win the battle against those mountain bandits. It seems like she did, which is kind of amazing to me, because I thought that she was probably going to lose because of the More Bandits mod. You know, the More Bandits mod does make it kind of harsh for caravans, even more than it was before. But because the bandits have larger armies, it is less likely for them to be super quick. So it might be easier for our people to escape those situations. I'm going to buy the fur for 63. That is very, very cheap. And you can see here, the Sturgians are once again in a situation where they literally have one town remaining, and they have been encroached upon from every single direction, which is, well, pretty sad to me, to be honest, because I like them, but their units are just pretty awful, so that's probably not going to be very good for us. But anyway, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of grain for 9. 9? Wow. Okay, yeah. Give me that. Thank you. And what else do we have here? We got some... we might be able to buy some good fish. Good fish prices might be quite nice. And yeah, we'll see exactly what's going on here actually, because yeah, look at this. We can actually buy some grain. The fish is very, very nice price. 17 each one. That's really, really good. Trading in food is perfect. I mean, you know, just look at real life as well. Trading in food is really good. You know, everyone needs to eat, right? You know, that's basically how it is. So it's definitely the case here too. Ah, Phykeon has been besieged. Okay, so that's the place that we're probably going to be heading to next, but Phykeon is actually very far away, so I don't know whether we're going to be able to do anything there that is going to be super profitable for us, but we're going to just try and stock up on things that only Sturgia territory technically has most of the time, so things like hides and things like that maybe might give us a decent amount. And look at this. I could take the hides and sell this at Epicrotia for 336. So we're going to buy a whole bunch of hides. Epicrotia is buying a whole bunch of things. And... ooh, Velvet's really, really good at Epicrotia. Wow, okay, that's crazy. And is there anything else here? Wow, look at that. Silver ore at Cyrenea is double the price. Don't think I'm going to be heading to Cyrenea, though. So I probably won't be taking that. Beer is really good at Epicrotia as well. I think I'll probably buy some more grain too, just because I can, because it is there. And let's have a look. So where is Epicrotia now? It's pretty far away, but we might as well. And what I'm going to do is along the way, we're going to take a look at some of the towns that we pass by. If we're actually going down here, are we going down here? Yep. Okay. Pelosaur seems to think that this is the right way to go, so I'm perfectly happy to do that. So we're going to stop at Amprila real quick. As you can see, Phykeon is still being assaulted, which is actually very good. We will head over there very, very shortly, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, you can sell a bunch of stuff here for a decent amount. The hides, they don't have any hides. Technically, I can... yeah, I mean, that's not really very good. I could sell the furs here for a decent amount. Epicrotia... yeah, the trade rumor, as you can see, is obviously fading now. And that basically means that it might be outdated. So... might not be that good to go there now. But I think I'm willing to chance it. Pretty much willing to chance it for the moment, but what I wanted to do is actually go and have a look at the trending businesses, because you can see here that we have literally 2 of the best trending businesses in the land. And where's my other one? Yeah, the wool weavery is actually really bad. Maybe I want to stop operating that one. It might very well be the case that we need to stop operating it because it's just not giving us the payout that we really want. But these 2 places right here, this one right here with another smithy might be pretty good, but I'd like to get a tannery if at all possible, so we'll see if we can do that. And where is this? Okay, so there's Epicrotia over here, and we also need to go to... Phykeon is actually very close by, so I'm actually going to head down there first, because that is currently under siege, and we can probably take a bit of an advantage here. And hopefully my other caravan from Churig, hopefully Churig is going to start doing his thing. Oh, hello. It seems like Regea is now also doing a little bit of a siege. Oh my. Wow, there's actually a lot of different things going on right here. So, everyone's just sieging like no one's business, right? Oh my. Okay, so hello there. I would like to... give you some food. Okay, she doesn't need any food, as you can see. But I guess we'll just give her 1 dinar to get ourselves a little bit of charm skill. And that's basically it. Goodbye, Regea. Yes, it's nice to meet you here. I'm not entirely sure whether I should wait here or whether I should go down to Phykeon. It's kind of it's caught between well, not really a rock and a hard place. It's kind of choosing between 2 golden goblets to drink from, isn't it? It's literally very difficult. Anyway, let's go over here first, because it seems like this has been taken, and as a result, no doubt they need some food. So we're arriving here very, very nicely, very good timing. But you can see here that the grain is actually not very good. They're only willing to pay 15 for it, which is not very good at all. They are willing to pay quite a bit for fur, though, which I might actually want to go for. Yeah, so I think it's actually a pretty good idea for us to sell the fur here because Epicrotia is going to be kind of difficult to get to at this point, and we're still selling it for a pretty decent profit, so I don't think there's really too much to worry about there. We could sell the beer here as well, but you can see here that because of this green number, it's kind of still lower than the average, so we're probably not going to do that. I could sell grain here, but personally, I don't really want to. I guess I will sell a little bit because the price is still not depreciating, even at 15 per one. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now it's pale green, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And the whole point of doing these trades is, of course, to gain trade skill. Gaining trade skill is basically the goal. You know, that is the goal that we want to do with Pelisor here. Because as soon as we get 225, everything is going to be... Oh yes, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be golden. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just have a look around here for villages that might not be raided yet. Yeah, there's actually quite a few that are raided right now. And we're going to just go over to Myzea. As you can see, Regea and a huge amount of armies are taking it by the looks of things. So yeah, now that this has been taken, we should get a decent profit from it. Oh my. Okay. I know it's going to depreciate pretty fast, I think, but the grain price here is... Ooh, yeah, that is nice. That is super nice. Okay, so let's sell some of the beer here as well because we can. And it's a decent profit. Fish is also extremely decent. So we will be selling a bunch of that until it turns pale green on the left. There we go. And then we're also going to be selling the grain. As you can see, the grain price does depreciate pretty fast, but you can see how much money we're making from it. I bought the majority of my grain for about 12 and 9. So anything above that is perfect. So we're just going to be selling as much as I can of it. Basically, just a huge amount. And that's it. There you go. All the grain is now gone, which is absolutely fine with me. I really don't mind because look at that, 10,000. How much trade skill am I going to be getting? 3? Are you serious? Are you serious? Just 3? That is actually kind of crazy. Anyway, we have a scouting companion here. Do I want to get another caravan up and running? I probably do. So I'm actually just going to speak to him real quick. And a scouting companion is actually pretty good just in general. Because it allows him to see just that much further, and so he can avoid danger when he's actually doing a caravan. And Churig does not have that luxury, unfortunately, so he's probably going to be a bit easier to track down, but he is going to be harder to kill, or at least I hope he's going to be harder to kill because he is a pretty wonderful fighter. He has a decent amount of fighting skill and everything, but I didn't really give him anything in terms of weapons. I wonder whether the companions, when they're actually in a caravan, whether they equip themselves with their own gear. I don't know whether that's the case. If it is, then that's great, but if it isn't, then I should have probably equipped them with some gear before sending him off. That probably would have made more sense. Oh well. Never mind, never mind. We're just going to go here and take a look and see if there's anything I can sell. The hides are not that good. Beer is okay, fish is okay, nothing dramatically great. I'm going to sell all of the bows here just because I have them and they're kind of taking up my inventory for no reason. And yeah, all these things are great to purchase. Maybe I want to buy it. No, I don't want to buy a warhorse, do I? Probably not. Okay, fish, hardwood, yeah, stuff like that. Okay, not really a big deal. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be heading on over to Sionon now because that is where one of the best trending businesses is actually at the moment, and it would make sense for us to do that. I'm going to take a look at some of the villages along the way because you never know, there might be something good. I might actually want to buy some horses here, actually. Because I have so much money right now, I might as well. This is 1100. I'm not entirely sure how much warhorses sell for, but I'm going to buy them nevertheless, just because I would like to see if we can make a profit from trading horses in Vlandian territory, because we're actually going pretty close by to them anyway. So it might make some sense. There's a bunch of grain around here as well. Omor is now under siege. Bear in mind that Omor is, of course, a town up in Stygian territory. I don't know whether I have the time to really go there at the moment, because as I said, I would like to get another workshop if I can get it, because I might not be able to. And the grain is way too expensive here, so I probably won't be doing that. We are actually very close by to Epicrotia, so I'm just going to go over there and see if I can maybe do something with that. So let's see whether they're actually buying the hides. No, they're not buying the hides for a very significant amount at this point anymore. Ah, but look what we have here. We actually have some tools that we can buy for 133, and we can sell them at Saniopa for 250. And I think that's going to be pretty nice, because we are heading over to Saniopa anyway. And let's actually have a look. No, we're actually heading on over to Sionen. Ah, my bad. They have similar names. Ooh, that's a trending business. Epicrotia is a trending business right now? I don't believe it, to be honest, because Sionen and Pen Cannock have actually been on the trending list for a very long time. And personally, I would not want to invest in a business that has just surged up immediately. I'd like to have a little bit of consistency in my investments, so I'm hopeful that that will be the case. I might very well have to stop the business in the wool weavery in Balticand, because it is just not providing us as much as we are looking for. As you can see, it's giving us 180. It's giving us 180 very consistently, which I got to say is good, but for the most part it is much lower than the rest. And that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So we're going to try and get a tannery in this area if we can. I already have 3 workshops, so I don't know whether we're going to be able to, but we'll see. All right, here we go. It's only going to cost me about 14,000, and I'm pretty happy with doing this. So yeah, let's do it. There we go, 14,500. Pretty good. We're able to buy another workshop. I'm actually kind of surprised. I suppose leveling up our clan actually did make a bit of a difference here. Anyway, gonna sell the tools. We bought them for I think 1,300 or something. 1,400. Yeah, well that's a decent amount, and we can sell the hides here as well, because that is actually going to increase the amount of money we're going to get from the tannery. So that's also nice. We should probably buy the wine here for a cheap price too. And grain is actually very cheap here. It's 10 per one. So I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of it, because you never know when you're going to come across a place that really needs a huge amount of grain. So I'm literally just going to buy until it changes price to 12, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. And then we can head onward, and I think that seems pretty nice. Okay, so yeah, that is good. So I think the best thing that we can do now is, now that we have... What's going on here? What's going on with this area over there? It's kind of weird. Okay, but no, I don't think I've ever zoomed out that far, I guess. Anyway, yeah, we're probably going to have to go over to Balticand and actually stop the wool weavery. However, what I would like to do is I would like to scout out the various villages that might have iron. So I'm thinking what we're going to try and do is we'll go into the trade guild. And now this is something that I've not done before, but I think that this could be very, very useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at iron. And as you can see, it actually shows you all of the villages that produce iron. Now, bear in mind that I'm not going to be buying iron from places that have a price that is more than 70 or so. And I'm also not going to be buying from places nearby to my smithies in Lagita as well as Maranath. I will not be buying from those villages because it just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to start from Sargot here, so we're just gonna, track all of these particular villages, and then I will go to all of them. Alright, so the first village that I came to was right next to the town that I was in, and I bought this for 53, as you can see right here. So 53 per one. We're spending 4,000, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Now, this village is actually really good, because you can see here, I've already bought a whole bunch from them, but they have 43 as a cost on their iron ore. And you can see that I have 250 iron ore right now, which is kind of insane. But I can actually even sell my grain here for a pretty decent profit. I actually think that I might want to do that. So let's sell a little bit of our grain, just because we bought it for 11 for the most part, and we're doubling our money. Yeah. That's also something I've got to remember, that villagers don't have a huge amount of money to spend. So yeah, there's also that. Anyway, I basically went all over the place and bought a bunch of iron. I pretty much went, let me just see if I can recap things here for you a little bit. But basically I went this way. So we were at Sionen, I went here. These two villages didn't buy at Vathia because each one of their iron was like 200, which was kind of weird. Not entirely sure why. But otherwise, then I went to Marathea, Mekalovia, and then I went all the way over to Sirotos, and then, you know, obviously you caught up with me at Hanaki right there. So that's basically what I did. And I picked up as much iron as I could get my hands on. As I said, I stuck to my rule of under 70. So one of them was actually a little bit more expensive at about 73 or something like that. I think I spent a total of about 3,000, 4,000 per trip. So I went to 5, 6 different villages. So I think I spent like, I don't know, 15,000, 20,000, something like that, maybe. But the main reason why I wanted to do that is quite clear, because Chaikand, as we know, is hungry for iron ore. They are very, very hungry for it. They're actually pretty hungry for fish too. So I'm going to sell a bunch of fish here for them. It's pale green now, so I'm just going to leave it. But iron ore is going to be really, really good. So let's have a look. It's going to depreciate really, really fast, which is unfortunate, but that's the best I can do. It's the best I can do. So this is what we're going to do now. There we go. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. There you go. 14,000. And I still have 145 iron ore remaining, so I could technically go to Cyrenea now, which is actually very close by as well. And I could do something there. I could also buy some salt. Yeah, why not? Let's buy some salt for a decent amount too. Grain is 14 here, so I'm probably not going to buy anything there. But look at that. We gain another 4 skill points in that, which is very nice. Okay, so yeah, as I said, now that we are in the territory, I think I'm going to go to Balticand, and I'm actually going to go and speak to the people that are running my wool weavery. Let's actually just take a look at it again. Oh, look at that. Pelosaur has actually gained a level. That's fantastic. Yeah, so my wool weavery is making about 186 per day, which I got to say is pretty good. You know, don't get me wrong. I feel like it is pretty good, but I think we could probably do better. And that's the main reason why I would like to switch things up a little bit. So let's have a look at what I can do here. I feel like leadership would probably be really important with the Raise the Meek skill. But leadership is very difficult for me to get at the moment because I'm not doing battles to get my morale up, and I am not able to form an army of my very own. So that is a bit of a problem. But I guess I could do smithing. As I said before, smithing might be quite fun. But then you've got to remember the fact that I have to do battles to actually make that happen. So I'm thinking I'm going to just level up my one-handed weapon proficiency here. We're just going to start making Pelosaur into a bit of a fighting beast, I guess, because he's not really that good at fighting at the moment. I mean, he's decent, you know, he's okay, but he's pretty much below average in my opinion. So let's have a look here. Who is running the wool weavery? I'm actually not sure. I think it's maybe this guy. So we're just going to go and speak to the people nearby to that, and we're just going to sell the business on. And I'm not entirely sure how much we're going to make from it. All right, yeah, I'd like to form a caravan in Flandia, by the way, as well, with this guy. This guy is Hero Bear of the Hills. Yes, he's going to be our next caravaneer, I suppose you could call it. And yeah, he's I think he's got good scouting. I think he has good scouting. That's the reason why I decided to get him. And he is kind of average in every other respect, but he has about 100 scouting or something like that, which I thought was pretty good. So hopefully we'll be able to utilize his skills to pay the bills, quite literally. Oh, yes. Okay, well, let's have a look here. Now, I have heard a number of things about selling businesses in Bannerlord, and some of the time when you sell them, they give you a massive amount back, dependent on what they're actually able to make. Oh, wow, look at that. If I sell everything with all the money we have on hand, you can get 12,600. Yes, I would like to sell. All right, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this decision here because I would like to get something else. So I'm thinking, yeah, look at that. The smithy at Epicrotia is now making massive bank, as well as the tannery at Epicrotia, which is really weird. I guess it's because, did I sell a whole bunch of goods there? Maybe I did. But as you can see, I'm no longer in the top 4 or even in the top 5. So we're going to have to do something about that. Ah, yes, look at this. The smithy at Chaikand is now making massive bank because I literally just put in a huge amount of iron, which might very well be a strategy that we could use. Because theoretically, what you can do is you can buy all of that iron, you can sell it for a massive profit because obviously the town continues to consume those resources in those enterprises, and so you can sell it to for a massive profit at those places, and then you can also gain a massive amount of cash from the fact that your business is being supplied by the merchants. So technically, yeah, I mean, I think that's how it works, at least. I mean, it seems to be the way that it works, but we'll see. All right, hello there. Yeah, where is the smithy? Oh, it's what? I thought I spawned. Oh, I spawned right next to her for a reason. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different here. I gotta say now, I feel like Khuzait towns are probably the most maze-like that I've ever seen because it's taken me about, I don't even know, 5 minutes just to find the smithy. I mean, I know you can hold Alt and see where it is, but you gotta run around and try and find them. It's pretty tricky. Anyway, there you go, 15,000 for this, and I will be buying it. And there we go. All right. Yeah, so that's going to be getting probably quite a bit because I have, as I said before, sold a whole bunch of iron here. And how much do they actually even have? They have 64. And I can probably sell a bunch of iron at Cyrenea for much more now as well. And Cyrenea is just over there, as you can see. So Cyrenea is a really, really good place to go as well if you would also like to sell iron. And it might very well be the next place that I decide to build a workshop there. Because it might very well be that what I could do, which might actually end up happening, is I could literally go to all of the villages, buy all the iron for less than 80, less than 90 or something like that, and then just literally sell all that iron to these two places. And that seems to be a really good strategy for gaining money really, really fast. As you can see, look at this. Iron ore selling for 241. That's just crazy. It's going to depreciate really fast, as you can see, but the amount of money that you can make in that time before it reaches the price that you bought it at is amazing. It really is. Look at this. Another 12,000, 13,000. I can even continue selling it if I want to. How's my iron ore doing? Yeah, so it's actually still pale green. How's the salt doing as well? That's pale green as well. What about wine? Wine is perfect. So look at this. I can even sell the wine here now as well. What about meat? How's meat doing? Okay, that's pale green. We can sell a couple of pieces of that. And then what about the grain? The grain is doing really, really well here as well. Look at this. Oh, okay. Hello. Hello. Yes, keep giving me this money. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Wow. I literally sold all my grain before it got to pale green. That is crazy good. And we still only gained 7 skill points from that. And that was a 23,000 profit. Wow. Technically, it was, less, but I bought all that stuff for like 15,000, and I have now made like 35, 40,000 from that, which is crazy good. So let me actually just take a quick look here, because we might have a trending business in Cyronea coming up. Do they even have a smithy in here? I don't see it. Wow. If they don't have a smithy here, they definitely need to get one, because I'll probably try to continue. They have a brewery here, which really does not get... Yeah, they do have a smithy. I actually wonder, should we just wait here? Let's actually just wait here for a little bit of time and see what happens, because now that we've supplied the town with an exuberant amount of iron, it might very well be the case that Cyronea is going to skyrocket into the top 5 trending businesses. Alright, so this is the list. As you can see, I've waited for maybe a day or so, and you can see that Cyronea's smithy has actually increased its profits by almost 3 times the amount that it had before, because as far as I'm aware, it was making about 580, 560 or something like that, and now it's making 1,500. So you can see that the trending businesses really do make a massive, well, shall we say they have a massive effect on how much resources they're able to acquire. And that means that these places right here, these small little villages that provide iron, they are invaluable in these situations. So I would definitely say that if you want to make a massive amount of money and you've got a little bit of cash to start with, so let's say that you, I don't know, you've done some tournaments or something like that, and you want to make a massive amount of cash really, really easily and quickly, what you can do is go to all of these places with the iron. I'd recommend downloading the mod that gives you the ability to see all of these villages, and, you know, so you know where they all are and everything, and then literally just go and buy all that iron with the money that you have from those tournaments, and then just sell all the iron to Chikand and Cyronea. And that is a perfect way to do things, in my opinion. I feel like that seems to be the most efficient. But of course, I could be wrong. There might be other ways to do it, and that's the beauty of a game like this. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.